What's going on, guys? So I want to do a video today. I want to talk a little bit about some things that you can do to improve your posture, to improve your running. I was working with a client this morning who's a runner and was dealing with some shoulder issues. And it just, as I was working through this, it just reminded me of a lot of the runners. I've worked with a lot of runners over the years who had similar type issues, had nagging aches and pains and injuries, knee problems, hamstring problems, shoulder, neck, you name it. And the one kind of common theme, I guess you could say, that they shared had to do with their posture. Most of them, if you're a runner, and like an avid runner, you might be dealing with this yourself. If you're watching this video, probably you are. But there's a typical posture pattern with a lot of runners that happens, and it's kind of like the person that works at their desk all day. You develop a little bit the rounded shoulders, the upper back gets rounded out, the head goes forward. And when we lose posture, and a lot of times it might be like you just have those kind of posture issues from the beginning, but sometimes it is maybe like toward the end of the runs where you just can't maintain your alignment anymore. You sink into bad posture, and it slows your run times down. But more importantly, it starts to, just put you in positions where you start dealing with a lot of aches, pains, injuries. There's knees, there's, feet and ankles, back, shoulders, necks, all kinds of stuff that can happen. And a lot of times we really don't think a lot about training posture. A lot of times, if you're a runner, you might find that you run a lot, but you don't spend a lot of time doing like strength training type work. So I want to show 2 exercises here today that can help with posture. So I'm really just dealing with the upper body because when this stuff goes, like when the head's forward here, the shoulders are here and all that, everything down below kind of goes with it. So I'm going to show you some things you can do here. This one I actually worked on this morning with a client. So we really worked to help improve her shoulder mobility. By the end, she was really moving her shoulder very well. So we just do a hip extension leg curl. So we're putting the arms flat on the floor. We want to make sure that the shoulders are not up here. We want to get good posture. So we're putting the shoulders down into the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades together. That's the big thing. It's like pinching the ground underneath you between your shoulder blades. We just extend the hips up, and we're keeping those shoulder blades tight while we work the ball all the way in and all the way out. So it's just simple pattern from here to here. You can do anywhere from, 12 repetitions, 15 reps. The idea is to train the posture that you want, but not to wipe yourself out to where you can't hold it right. Your muscles are burning up, you're fatiguing, because when you do that, you go into bad posture, and then you just reinforce the same kind of issues that you're dealing with already. So we don't want to do that. So just stop about 2 to 3 repetitions before you feel like you can no longer hold your posture. Okay, so then from there, we just do a simple row. You can do this with a band. You could do it with a cable machine at the gym. So we go into a half kneeling stance. We do a 1-arm row. So if I got my right leg forward, I pull with my left arm, and vice versa. And then what we're doing with the arms is we're doing a reciprocal pattern. So here to here. Okay, and we're just working on what we did with the ball. Shoulder blades, we want to feel those shoulder blades working, but we also want to pay attention to posture. So we do something what I call stacking the body, which means that we want everything lined up from top to bottom. The head goes over the shoulders, shoulders go over the hips. I shouldn't have my hips back here. My head shouldn't be doing this or doing this or doing this. I shouldn't be rounded here. Everything should be stacked. So if you draw a line through my ear, my shoulder, and my hip, and even my knee, it should all follow pretty straight, right, from top to bottom. What we're doing with the arm, the reciprocal motion we do, one arm pulls, the other arm goes forward, is we're mimicking the motion that you do when you run. The arms move in opposition when you run. So we're training to hold the posture while we're moving in a pattern that's specific to running, okay? So again, repetitions, go a little bit with higher repetitions. We're training for posture. We're not training for muscle or strength on this. So again, higher reps tend to work 12, maybe 15. You can go up to 20. You don't want to overkill it though. And again, the key though is to stop about 2 to 3 reps before you feel like you wouldn't be able to hold your posture anymore, okay? So those two, hip extension, leg curl, and you can use a band or a cable stack machine at the gym to do it's basically a half kneeling single arm row with a reciprocal arm motion. So give those a go, test them out, and see how they feel. If you do them enough, just kind of see what you feel like when you're up walking around after. As you get into your running and you train this stuff enough, you'll see a big difference that it tends to make on your posture, which will not only help to improve like running times, it'll also help keep your joints, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments healthy and strong, so you could keep running and not have to worry about dealing with aches, pains, and injuries that will sidetrack you. Let me know how it goes. Any questions or comments, type them in below. Until then, have an awesome day. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.